Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today we are all up close and personal because I'm going to be trying this new palette today. This is the Glaminatrix Pretty in Pastels palette. It's absolutely gorgeous and I cannot wait to dig into it. So, if you haven't heard of them before, Glaminatrix are an Australian-based indie brand and I absolutely love their eyeshadows. And when this palette came out, I just knew I had to have it. We've got 2 rows of shimmers, 2 rows of pastel mattes, and then a row of deepening mattes. I love the fact we've got a bit of something different in here that a lot of pastel palettes don't have with the row of deepening mattes. But I think today we're probably going to stick to the pastel mattes, and I think I'm going to go with like a classic kohl look and do like a multicoloured cut crease. So I'm going to go in first off, bet you can't guess it, Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And we're just going to pop that on the lids. I'm feeling very springy today. I've got this video to film and then I'm also going to film like a spring skin routine. So I'm feeling very spring-like. Nothing exciting to drink today, just some squash. Right, okay. I do not know where to start with this one. I have not swatched anything, because I kind of wanted it to be a surprise. So I'm thinking maybe we do the, I think, slightly different. So I normally do like pink to green to pink to purple to blue. But I think today maybe we'll do yellow to orange to pink to green maybe. I don't know. Or maybe to lilac. So we'll sort of use these for, I don't know. I'm just going to pop the yellow on the first bit of my crease and we'll go from there. I'm just going to use a little brush. These are all clean. It is the Morphe H205 from the Heatwave collection. Towel in front of me. I'm feeling super prepared. My brushes are clean. I feel like we're giving this palette the best chance. So we're just going to start with the yellow. Oh, that is very pastel. The one thing I do find about Glaminatrix, like their single shadows, they're normally quite kind of kick-uppy, which I don't personally mind because I do my eyes first always. But I know that bothers some people. I feel like this yellow probably would have gone down better over kind of a more white base. It is very, very pastel. I feel like on a deeper skin tone where there's a bit more contrast to the skin, it'll look beautiful. But on me, it's just a little bit too similar to my skin tone. Right, okay, let's change it up then and let's go in with the orange. This is called Imaginary. This is a really interesting pastel orange. It's not a peach, it's kind of like a terracotta-y pastel shade. And yeah, it just helps it pop a little bit over that yellow, to be fair. Yeah, that's definitely what we needed there. Okie dokie, so we're just packing that on the inner third of the crease. And like I said, I feel like this is kind of a classic me look at this point. You all know I love a kind of 3-4 tone pastel crease. And I just want to use as many of the shades as I can today. Okay, so that is the first bit down. We're then going to go into the pink, which is this shade here. This is Mystify. Those shimmers are so reflective. I'm very excited to dig into those. We're just gonna take another pencil brush. This is the Zoeva Luxe pencil, number 230, and I'm just going to start to put the pink here. Okay, again, this is very, very pastel. These are stunning shadows. They're blending beautifully. Like I said, they are very, very white based. So I feel like on a darker skin tone, these are really going to pop for me. I don't know, out of the 3 shades I've tried so far, the yellow and the pink kind of don't really show up on my skin tone because they're just kind of the same colour as my face. I feel like I definitely should have put a white base down, but alas. Okay, so I don't actually know whether the camera's going to pick that up because it is very light. We're going to next go in with the lilac, which is called Fanciful. I'm going to stick with that same Zoeva brush. And we're going to do our wing with this. This is a really pretty kind of pastel-y lavender shade. And it's got just a little bit more depth to it. And we're just going to kind of drag out this wing. We're not worrying about it being too neat. Just want to get that kind of basic shape. And then we will blend and such later on. I'm going to go in with another pencil brush. I'm going to pack on that pink shade. And when I say pack it on, I'm really going to pack it onto my brush. I'm going to pick up loads of product and I'm really going to try and pack this onto the middle of the lid because I just feel like it's getting completely lost. It's kind of giving me like ice cream vibes. It's very cute. I do, yeah, the shades are pretty. I just think they are, I'm definitely going to use a black base. I'm definitely going to use a white base with them next time just to kind of give them that little bit of extra help. But they're beautiful, they're blending really gorgeously. And they're building up really nicely as well, and definitely now we've packed a bit more of that pink on, there's definitely more colour there. I'm hoping you can see on camera that it's just a bit more obvious that there is kind of something there. So I'm going to take a teeny little blending brush. This is a Made by Mitchell ME18, and we're going to take the pink again. I'm just going to start blending this wing out. And then we're going to go back in with the Zoeva pencil brush we used. And we're going to redefine it once I've blended out the edges. So that it's still that kind of strong colour, but it's more blended. I mean, I feel like these shadows have just kind of blended together just absolutely seamlessly. Like normally I'll spend a little bit of time kind of finicking the kind of transitions between the shades, whereas with these I just don't feel like I've had to at all. And we're just going to take some pink onto the pencil brush we've been using the lilac on, just so we can do any final kind of blend in there, so that that lilac is not a harsh line. Okay. It's cute. I'm not sure yet. I'm just going to actually go back in with the yellow called Visionary, and I'm going to buff out this orange a little bit more. And then we're going to just build that up again in the kind of central bit of the crease. I can see why this palette has deepening shades. I think some of my pastel palettes are more like, I would say they're more like muted medium kind of colours, whereas this is very, very true pastel. So we're going to try some of the shimmers. I'm very excited for these. These look beautiful. There's some like duo chromey ones. Look how pretty that is. Right, okay, so I'm going to take a flat brush. I'm also going to take a super teeny tiny flat brush. We're going to start off in the inner corner with the shade Magical, I think. So that's this yellow here. And that is what we look like in the swatch. So it's just like a very, very reflective yellow. So I'm going to take this teeny tiny G720, I think this is a Morphe one, and we're going to start by putting this yellow on the inner corner. So we're not doing glitter glue today. I normally would do glitter glue, but I just like to give the shimmers a first chance. I think we are going to take a bit more of that and I'm going to spray it. This is just some Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. And then we're going to go back into the pan, pick up a little bit more. I sort of kind of wish that I'd put the yellow matte down first, because I feel like there's not a whole lot of base pigment to this yellow shade. Let's try, I'm just going to pack some on with my finger, now that we've kind of got that in the inner corner. Okay, these work so much better with the fingers. So much better. Which is not ideal for me because, you know, talons. And then I'm just going to build it up in the outer corner where I couldn't reach it with my nails. Okay, these are definitely shades to use your fingers with. We're going to go in with the pink now. This is Surreal. Again, I'm going to use my finger for that. That looks stunning on the finger. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, these are definitely the kind of shimmers you want to work with on your fingers. I know some people don't love that. It really doesn't bother me, to be honest. It's not the most ideal when doing my inner corner, but it doesn't bother me. Now that's nice and built up, I think what I'm going to do is I might actually use one of these dark shades. So I'm going to take Fanciful, which is the lilac. We're just going to pull that down so that it meets the lower lash line. And then we are going to take that fluffy brush back in with the pink and just make sure it's all nicely blended out. And now we're kind of done with the pastel shades. Which one of these is more purple? I think I'm going to take this shade here, which is Tranquil, which is this really, really deep blue. And we're going to go in very, very lightly at first. And we're just going to use this to start kind of building up the outer wing with a bit of definition. I don't want this to be very, very intense. I still want it to be pastel. I just feel like that purple on its own is just struggling to kind of bring the structure that I want. So we're just going to pack some of that on the outer third of the lid as well. So we've got a bit of kind of a smoky purple kind of wing going on. So just packing that on the lid. And then we're just going to start following the line of the cut crease. It's just to give it a tiny bit more definition. So part of me is now tempted to go in with the red where the pink is. I'm just going to take my baby pink again. I'm going to buff it out again. Brush we use for the pink, I'm going to take the shade Luminous. I'm literally going to do like 2 dips in there and then a load of dips in Mystify, because I just want to define this a little bit more. That made the world of difference. I don't know whether you can see it on camera, but it just made that pink a little bit deeper, and it just fits a little better now. Okay, I wasn't sure on the deepening shades, but now I've seen how pastel these shadows are, I think they are an awesome addition, actually, because this is much more kind of what I was going for. I did pull out a couple of Glisten liners, but I'm thinking maybe now Peach will be better. Bear with. Right, okay, this is Peach Melba from Glisten, and we're going to use the peach side. Right, wipe at the ready. Just going to pop a couple of pumps of setting spray in that. Always give my brush a quick wipe to point it, and also wipe whatever purple is on it apparently today. I do always wash them after I've used them, however, they're just so fine. Sometimes you miss a little bit. So this is a Glisten number 9 brush. One of my favourites if I'm doing this kind of entire wing kind of line. And we're going to take the lighter side of Peach Melba. Might have got a tiny bit of the darker one in, but it's fine. And I'm literally following that line so lightly because I don't want a lot. I don't want to take away from the eye look at all, but I just think it needs a little bit of structure. So now we've got that base line down, I'm just going to go in and enhance it. Just ever so slightly. And as you can see, I just feel like I love the structure that it gives this kind of crease shape when you do like a really thin line. And the perks of using such a light liner, you can literally just brush it away. I feel like my mirror is really covering my eyeball line. The only thing I'd say about doing lines this thin is number 1, don't try and talk while you're doing it, it's just going to end in disaster. But number 2, you need to be especially careful that there is no bubbles in the liner on your brush, because they can take it from very thin to a lot thicker quite quickly. I'm just going to actually mix a tiny bit of the more neon orange with it just to run through the inner corner, just because we've got the orange down already. It just needs to be a slight bit deeper, and you can't really tell that there's any difference, but it just makes it pop a little bit better. It's more kind of orangey peach rather than a very like true white peach. Right, okay, give that a wipe. Okay, once I've done my skin, I'm going to come back, we're going to finish off this video. I'm going to link whichever one goes up first. So if skin goes up first, that'll be linked in this one. This one goes up, you know what I mean, you know what I mean. So yeah, I will be back once I've done my skin. Okay, my loves, this is the finished skin. Now I've finished my eyes and done my lips. I just absolutely love this skin routine. I think it makes me look so glowy. It's amazing for dry skin. I'm just so in love with it. Obviously, if you're not a dry skinned person, you might want to powder this down. To be fair, even some of my like normal to a little bit dry girls might want to powder it down. For me, I absolutely love it this way. I prefer to look like I've just run a mile or so at all times, and I just absolutely love this look. Do let me know what your current complexion routine is. I would love to know. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like it. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe, and if you want to make sure you never miss another video, hit the bell icon and YouTube will notify you next time I post. You've been fabulous, I've been Cola the Ball, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!